Hey everyone, this is Dan from MMORPGtips.com and MMOcult.com. I have just now updated the movement speed guide for Shadowlands over at MMORPGtips.com. So we're gonna get right into that after the intro. So the movement speed guide, it was heavily used in BFA, the guide over at MMORPG Tips. I'm gonna leave a link for that in the description. And we're gonna go over the main points here in this video as well. Building speed sets is a bit different now from BFA since you can't use legendaries or the powers are inactive. But there is still plenty you can do to get some good speed. As you can see here, I'm doing Sulfurak, which is kind of a bad example since you can't actually mount here, but I was in this area, so I just figured I'd do a run just to show you guys. I am on my hunter here, and I'm usually at around like 180, 190 with like bursts of up to 280. The classes that has the highest movement speed or the potential for the highest movement speed is still Hunters, Warriors, and Druids. Hunters, of course, with the Trailblazer for 30% and Aspect of the Cheetah for a quick burst of 90%. Using a Cunning Pet for pathfinding, you get 8%, and if you have the Talent Aspect of the Beast, you get another 4% from pathfinding, and you can use post haste to get a small burst from disengage as well. New for Shadowlands as well is the Cheetah's Vigor Soulbind, which will make Aspect of the Cheetah last a couple of seconds longer and reduce the cooldown depending on the rank. So if you get a high rank of that, eventually you could probably just spam Aspect of the Cheetah, and if you're a Night Fae, you can use the Soul Shape ability for another burst and then disengage with the post haste for a lot of bursts of speed. There isn't really any good legendary powers for hunters, but the warriors, which are my second favorite class for movement speed or for farming quickly. They now have the Leaper legendary power, which adds another 2 heroic leaps. So if you combine that with the double time and bounding stride and also the War Machine talent, you should get some good speed and movability and be able to just charge and heroic leap all the time. Druids were really popular in BFA for movement speed, and they should still be good with the Oath of the Elder Druid legendary power, which increases feline swiftness by 75%. They also get a kind of minor soulbind called the Tireless Pursuit, which lets you retain 40% movement speed after leaving cat form. Subtly rogues also get a soulbind power called Fade to Nothing, which adds movement speed and stealth, which should be good for combining with Night Stalker. For the race, you basically have best in slot, which is Sandalary Trolls with the Embrace of Gonk racial, that's 5%. Then for the Alliance side, there's the Dark Iron Dwarves, which get the 4% the Dungeon Delver bonus inside. Then Night Elves have the Quickness bonus, and Worgen has the Dark Flight ability. So if we take a look at the actual soulbinds for the different covenants, the 2 top one here are the Night Fae abilities, which is the covenant that I chose. Swift Patrol is pretty good for my playstyle as I play Hunter, and I just like to multi-shot and move on and multi-shot and move on. So hopefully it works with that. Kyrian gets the Road of Trials, which is also very good for dungeon farming. I'm not really a big fan of travel with the bloop or fancy footwork, but Gristle Toes is pretty good if you do a lot of farming in dungeons and you tend to just do big pulls. So let's move on to gear, and first of all gems. So this is the new gem for Shadowlands when it comes to movement speed. It's not fantastic, but you should still slot one, and then you can just slot whatever other Shadowland gems that you want to use. And then also the Straddling Sage and the Straddling Viridium for a combined 8% extra speed. For head, shoulders and chest, you can still use Azurite gear when you're not in the Shadowlands, with the Longstrider perk along with your Heart of Azeroth. And then just stack your favored secondary stat. If you want the speed set to use in the Shadowlands, you're gonna have to swap that out with just whatever Shadowlands gear you can get with the speed stat or socket. It can take some time to get these items to get a good speed set, but just check the auction house and do world quests with the gear rewards, and do the raid when that comes out, and just everything you normally do, and hope for gear with the speed on it or sockets. Same with your neck, use the Heart of Azeroth. If you can do the achievement to get the power ripple in space, that will add 5% movement speed to the Heart of Azeroth. For your cloak, there's a new speed enchantment called Enchant Cloak Fortified Speed, which gives 30 speed, not percent, but the skill or the stat. At the moment there are some cheap epics on the auction house, and I actually got item level 190 Fatesoon Shawl with the 28 speed, and I saw quite a few of them with speed on. So with the enchant, that's 58 extra speed on the cloak. Wrist, hands, waist and legs, pretty much just like the other gear, if you can get the Shadowlands gear with speed or sockets. I had my Bethnic gear from BFA, which had a little bit of speed and sockets, so I used them to socket the Straddling gems, and then I'm just gonna keep looking in Shadowlands for upgrades. For your feet, you're just gonna want to find some random boots that are below item level 50, so that you can enchant it with minor speed or any of the other enchants that give 10% movement speed. You can also use Boots of the Gilded Path if they are available to you. For rings, I'm just using Shadowlands rings with sockets that I found on the auction house. These are pretty cheap. And for the trinkets, just anything that you can find with speed on it, basically. I found one item level 129 trinket called Hopebreaker's Badge, which had 16 speed on it. Weapons, if you can use Runeblade of Baron Ribbon there, that's the best one, and enchant it with the Windwalk. And if not, just get whatever you can from the auction house with the speed on it, like this crossbow that I bought. As far as consumables go, there's the new version of Bear Tartar called Fried Bonefish, which gives a bit of speed after killing an enemy. And that's it basically. If you just combine all of these things, you should easily get around 200% movement speed. I'm gonna continue updating this guide. I'm also gonna level my warrior, my hunter and my rogue, and see which one is the best. And I'm gonna continue to post videos about that as well. But definitely check out the movement speed guide over at MMORPG Tips. if you want to maximize your speed. Subs and likes, dislikes and comments are much appreciated. I will be posting a lot more gold farming guides as well here on YouTube this week. So I will see you guys later.